Hi guys, this video is going to be a quick review on solving equations. We learned this last year in 7th grade, and today I'm going to review what we learned, so I suggest you take notes as you watch this video. Alright, so last year we learned that equations are kind of like a balance or a scale. Whatever you have on one side is equal to whatever's on the other side, and it keeps the scale balanced. Our goal was to figure out, well, like, what does this weigh, or how much are these x tiles worth? To do that, we learned a couple different things. One thing that we learned is, hey, if I'm trying to solve this, I can add the same thing to both sides. If I add one tile to that side, I can do that to the other to keep it balanced, and that's okay. I can also take away the same thing. So maybe I said, oh, I'm going to take that one away from this side and this one away from that side. So as long as you do the same thing to both sides, your scale will stay balanced or equal. So both sides basically weigh the same. Now, if I were to write an equation for what is shown on this scale, I would say, okay, on this first side, I have 2 x tiles and 2 1 tiles. That's equal to the other side. I see 1 big x tile, the green one, and 3 1 tiles. Now, when we first started solving these, we just did them with the scale. We said, hey, okay, I see 2 1 tiles on each side. I'm going to get rid of those. Now, if I do that to one side to keep the other side balanced, I have to do the exact same thing. So I could take 2 of those away. All right, I also see an x tile on both sides, so I can take that one away and that one away. And it looks like I'm left with an x tile on that side, which is good, and a 1 tile on that side. So I know that x equals 1 in this case. So that means each of those x tiles weighed 1, if we were thinking about it like pounds. So this would be a 1, this would be a 1. Now if I added that up, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So both sides are equal or balanced. All right, so let's do one more problem, kind of with a scale or with a balance or algebra tiles. So you guys can see, here's my equal sign. So it says both of these two sides are equal. So I want to try to figure out what the x's are worth. All right, so first thing I could do, I could take some x's away from both sides. So I see 3 x's over here. I'm going to get rid of those. And I also see 3 x's over here. I'm going to get rid of those. All right, now my goal is to get x's on one side and numbers on the other side. So I've got my x's over here. So I want my numbers on this other side. So I have to think to myself, well, actually one thing I could do first, I see a positive 1 and a positive 1. Let's get rid of those. My scale will still stay balanced. Now, I've got nothing left on this side over here. And over here, I've got my x and my 1 tiles. Well, I want the x on one side, the numbers on the other side. So if you remember from last year, you can add anything you want to both sides of an equation mat. So if I want to cancel 5 positives out, I can actually add in 5 negative ones to that side. If I do that there, I'm going to add in 5 negative ones. Let's pretend these are negative. And then all of these over here make 0 pairs. So they will all be gone. So I am left with, on this side, x equals. On the other side, I have 5 negatives, negative 5. So every x tile was worth negative 5. So that was just a quick refresher on how to solve with algebra tiles. All right, so now let's focus on solving equations algebraically. So first thing I'm going to do, if you remember from last year, is we usually drew a line down the middle of our equation, kind of thinking of it like a balance. You have 2 sides, they're equal to each other. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So some hints that we gave you last year is always start with the x's. You want your x's on one side, numbers on the other side. So I usually told my students to get rid of the smaller x's. So if I'm looking at this, 2 is smaller than 4. So I am going to try to get rid of 2 x's from both sides. So you can think, well, how would I cancel out 2 positive x's? Well, maybe I could add in 2 negative x's to both sides. Okay, so whatever you do to one side, do to the other. Now keep your work nice and organized. All right, so let's see what happens. So on the one side, if I have 4 plus negative 2x, that equals 2x. I still have plus 6, and then equals over here. That zeroes out, and I'm left with negative 10. All right, now my next step is I want to get the x's by themselves over there. So I've got my x's over here. So I want that by itself. So I have to get rid of a positive 6. Well, to cancel out a positive 6, I'm going to add in a negative 6. If I do that to one side of my balance, I better do it to the other side. Okay, so I'm adding in a negative 6 to both sides. All right, well, this zeroes out. I'm left with 2x equals negative 16. All right, when I get down to my final step, okay, if I know 2 of them are equal to negative 6, I want to know what just one of them equals. So I have to split it into 2 groups. So my last step is to divide by 2 on both sides. Split it into 2 groups. So 2 divided by 2 is just 1x, which is what I want to know. And then negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. So I end up with 1x equals negative 8, or you can also just write it as x equals negative 8. All right, let's try another one out. So again, first thing I usually do is draw my line through the equal sign. Okay, and then I think to myself, okay, hey, I want to get x's on one side, numbers on the other side. So which of these x's is smaller? I always start with the x's. Well, negative 10, that's a lower temperature, so that's smaller. So I'm going to think, well, how can I cancel out 10 negative x's? Well, I could add in 10 positive x's. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. Okay, so I'm adding in 10 positive x's to both sides. All right, over on this side, those cancel out. That makes a 0, and I'm left with negative 30 equals, on the other side, 10 plus negative 5 is 5x, and then I still have that 10. All right, now my next step is I want to get this 5x by itself, so I want to get rid of 10 positives. Well, to get rid of 10 positives, I'm going to add in 10 negatives to both sides. All right, over here, 10 plus negative 10 is 0, so I'm left with 5x equals, if I add these, negative 30 and negative 10, that's negative 40. All right, I have one more step. I don't want to know what 5x is equal. I want to know what just 1x equals. So I need to split this into 5 groups, or divide by 5. I better do that over here too. I'm going to split it into 5 groups. So I end up with 5 divided by 5 is 1x, and then negative 40 divided by 5 is negative 8. And there would be my solution. Again, an answer to an equation, remember, is called a solution. All right, let's try to solve one with the distributive property. So you might remember from last year when you see this front part up here, that actually means I have 2 groups of x plus 4. So think to yourself, okay, if I have an x plus 4 and another group of x plus 4, total, it looks like I have 2 x's and 8. Well, a quick way to get that is you can actually distribute the 2, or multiply the 2 times both of those things. So 2 times x is 2x, plus, you can also do the 2 times 4, which is 8. So that's a way to simplify that part. And then I'll just rewrite equals 3x minus 10. There's nothing to do on that side. All right, from there, I'm going to draw my line down. I want x's just on one side, so I'm going to get rid of the smaller. So I see 2x. I can either just subtract 2 x's from both sides, or I can add in a negative 2x to both sides. That side's going to cancel, or make a 0 pair, and I'm left with 8 equals, well, 3x and negative 2x, that's just 1x, and then I still have negative 10. All right, now my goal is to get this x by itself, so I got to move this to the other side. So to cancel out 10 negatives, I'm going to add in 10 positives to both sides. Okay, and I end up with 18 equals 1x. So there is my solution, or you could just write it as x equals 18. All right, you might also remember from last year that we talked about how do you check to see if your solution is correct. So I solved this equation here and I got an answer of x equals 2, and I want to know if I'm correct. Okay, so what you can do is something called a check. So I'm going to rewrite my original problem, okay, and I am going to say, all right, we think that every x equals 2. That's what we think the answer is. So I'm going to rewrite it, but wherever there's an x, I'm going to plug in a 2. So instead of that x, I'm going to put a 2, and then write plus 4 equals, here's an x, I'm going to put in a 2, plus 6. Now, again, think of this kind of like a scale. I want to know what both sides, if this was a scale down here, I want to know what this side of the equation weighs and this side of the equation weighs. They should be equal to each other if we did it right. So let's just see what both sides equal. So if I work this out, 2 times 2 is 4, plus another 4 is 8. So it'd kind of be like saying, hey, that side of my scale weighs 8. Let's check out the other side. It says 2 plus 6. Well, that also equals 8. So that side of my scale also equals 8. So I know I did it correct because the 2 sides are balanced. So my check, if you end up with something like this, 8 equals 8, I know I did it correctly. Now, it's not always going to be an 8. Could be a different number. But that's how I know I did it correctly. Now, my solution is still just x equals 2. There's my answer. This, again, was just my check. All right, so just a couple quick reminders for solving equations. Remember, when you start solving an equation, try to draw your line down the equal sign, okay, to kind of split up your scale or your balance. So whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Remember, start with the x's. Get the x's on one side. And I usually do that by moving the smaller x. So try to cancel out or move the smaller x's. Then you want to get the numbers on the other side. So you want the x's on one side, get the numbers on the other side. Okay. Don't forget, this is super important, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. It's a balance. You want to keep your scale balanced. Your last step typically is to divide, so you only have one x. So you might end up with 5x or 6x. You only want one x, so your last step is to always divide by whatever's with that x. So hopefully that was a quick refresher on how to solve equations from what we learned in 7th grade.